The dura mater of the sheep brain was removed prior to preservation. I removed most of the pia and the attached arachnoid meninges, which both surround the brain and the spinal cord, known as the cortex. The cerebellum, with the grooves here, are known as sulci, and the ridges are known as the gyri. The cerebellum is divided by the medial longitudinal fissure, which separates the right and the left hemisphere. The cerebellum has 4 lobes. The cerebrum has 4 lobes. The frontal, up here, which controls motor functions. The parietal lobe, which receives and processes the somatic sensory information. The temporal, over on the sides, which receive and process auditory sensations. And the occipital lobe, which receives and processes sensations of the eyes. And then back here is the cerebellum. And it is divided by the central ridge called the vermis. And this area back here controls muscle coordination. We flip the brain over. You can see back here is the medulla, which controls heart rate, blood pressure, respirations, and the reflex center for coughing, sneezing, and hiccups. And then anterior to that is the pons, which controls nerve tracts that connect the cerebellum with the other parts of the brain and spinal cord, the brainstem, and the spinal cord back here. And then the olfactory bulbs, which are best seen right here. And they contain cell bodies of neurons that snaps with neurons of the olfactory nerves. When we look at the inside of the brain, we can see the corpus callosum, sorry about this, and it's a band of nerve fibers that connects the 2 hemispheres. The lateral ventricle, referred to as the first and second ventricles. The ventricles have 4 cavities in the brain which fill with cerebral spinal fluid. And then we have the thalamus. And the thalamus is the sensory relay center, that's right here. And the hypothalamus, which is responsible for regulation and maintenance of internal homeostasis by controlling the body temperature, appetite, and fluid imbalance. And the hypothalamus is right down here. Both of those combined make up what's called the diencephalon. And then we have the pineal body, which secretes melatonin, which is thought to help with sleep cycles. And then back here in the cerebellum, we have the white tree-like structure referred to as the arbor vitae. And then when I did the cross-section of the brain, we can see the white and the gray matter. Oops. The white matter is bundles of myelinated axons within the brain and the spinal cord. They're found in the cerebrum. And the gray matter is in the brain and spinal cord. It contains cell bodies, dendrites, and unmyelinated axons, and it's found in the cerebral cortex of the brain. The hypophysis has been removed. That would be down here. Oops. down here if it were still attached. It's also known as a pituitary gland, and it controls endocrine glands. And I believe I've covered every subject. Thank you.